Devontae Freeman, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. Standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go!
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game, bottom line. May not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 18 carries, 118 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
On second down, it's Freeman. And Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Devontae Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So Doug Marrone's Jaguars set to take over. Leading them out, the MVP of Super Bowl 52, Nick Foles.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. They find some open field here. And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20. A big run by the big man Fournette. 45 yards. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Josh Lambo now for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
This is Allington. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop.
We got this.
He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And the Raiders have jumped out to an early lead over the Chiefs. Derek Carr, an early touchdown pass in that one. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Foles. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin White gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Ellington. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. On 3rd down, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Calais Campbell make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Don't forget, later tonight, Sunday Night Football, we've got the Pats and the Texans from NRG Stadium in Houston. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, it's supposed to be really cold up in Seattle as we've got the Vikings and the Seahawks from CenturyLink Field at 8:15 Eastern. They begin with a run by Fournette. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Foles. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. That will go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Here's Foles. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James O'Shaughnessy, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Now Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. To throw is Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston over the middle. He finds Godwin complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Ready. Blue ready. Check. Watch the run.
First down, Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. Complete, he finds Bray. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Winston, and the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Gay's kick is good. So there you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this 2nd half. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now Foles. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Miles Jack with a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Winston. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, 1st down. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Fournette running right. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run on 2nd down with Blue. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looking to throw. And this is caught off a deflection. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll look to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 8. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They run, Devontae Freeman. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Ready, black 22.
To throw, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Winston now from the 50. And that is incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Again, it's Fournette. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Noah Spence. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard. Line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short. There's Freeman. And he's going to have the 1st down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Calais Campbell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On first down, it's Blue. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity. Usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So now the Bucs down by 15. And time, a huge factor. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion mixed in there as well. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. That's Freeman. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
4 yards on the dump off at 2nd down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down now, Blue. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try to run for it with Blue. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he comes back with one complete. 11 yards there, first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater. Got him in. It's Brashon Perriman. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Howard. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there, a 22. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.